The first clue is in the form of an eyewitness report from the village of Ravenou to the west. I talked to a villager who just come to Bose for a visit and she told me something very interesting. Apparently, she knows a kid who saw a huge shadow flying overhead on the night of the incident.
A huge shadow flying overhead?
Yep, airship I told him. Maybe even that missing one. But the army checked it out and found absolutely nothing.
Oh, you meanie. You raised our hopes only to dash him straight away.
So, you're saying somebody saw something, but it was probably unrelated to anything?
That's what I'm saying. I warned you it wasn't big news. And I went to a lot of trouble to get this sad morsel too, what with that information embargo in place and all.
Well done. Now, let's hear that second clue of yours.
Fine. The other thing I learned is that the military's intelligence division is on the move.
Intelligence division?
I've heard rumors about them. It's a new royally sanctioned branch of the army in charge of intelligence gathering and dissemination.
That's the one, yeah. Supposedly, they're so elite they can even stand toe-to-toe with the royal bodyguards. The man they put in charge, Colonel Richard, is apparently quite the whiz kid. With him on the case, they say this incident is as good as solved already.
Doesn't seem like your information will be of much use to us in our investigation.
Yeah, well, can't say I didn't warn you. Sorry I couldn't help you much on your end. But a promise is a promise. I scratched, now it's your turn.
Of course, a deal is a deal after all.
The cop was Sky Bandits. A ransom demand to the Royal House and the Airship Corporations? Good goddess, that's exactly what I needed! That's the missing link I've been killing myself to find!
Caught your fancy, did it?
Absolutely! I could definitely write my article now! I can't be wasting my time getting drunk here. I have to find Dorothy, post-haste! See you later, you wonderful people, you!
Wow, his spirits certainly lifted fast.
Well, he was chasing a big story pretty unsuccessfully until we came along. I'm glad we could help him out.
Well, look at you. From Mr. I'll break your kneecaps if you don't talk to Mr. Nice Guy in under a minute. Talk about a split personality.
Stop thinking weird things about me. I was just negotiating. A little give and take, nothing more.
A bad boy exterior with a good boy inside? Or is it the other way around? Either way, I'm sure the girls love it. But anyway, I guess we've really only dealt with scrupulous people thus far. We're pretty lucky in that regard. Start dealing with weirdos, and that's when you'll need to burst out some really questionable negotiation techniques.
Why were you looking at me when you said that? Anyway, that aside, was anyone else a little bothered when Niall talked about that huge flying shadow thing?
That eyewitness report from Ravenou? I'd say there's a strong chance there was nothing to it if the army already checked it out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the army is totally infallible. They could have missed something. It wasn't General Morgan himself after all, but one of his men. And some of those guys are pretty thick-headed.
That is true. Probably worth looking into. Certainly can't hurt at any rate.
You two are starting to get the hang of this, I see. Ravenou's a small village in the west. It thrives on fruit cultivation and exporting. Best way to get there is to head out into the West Bose roads for a bit, then turn north into the mountain trail, at which point we'll just be a stone's throw away.
Got it. Huh?
Oh. Sherazard, is that you? Well, this is an unlikely place to run into the Silver Streak.
Right back at you. I thought you were in the Royal City, but are you here to look into the airliner incident?
No, I'm here on some chump errands. But speaking of the incident, I hear it was the work of the Sky Bandits. Still, if you're here on the job, then I guess I don't have to worry about it myself. Good luck to you.
Is that all you got to say? I'm sure you've heard that Cassius might have been taken hostage, right?
Cassius Bright, taken hostage? Don't make me laugh. That old man's not going to get beamed by the likes of some Sky Bandits. Anybody saying that is severely mistaken.
I'd like to believe that too, but...
I wonder who this guy is.
I don't know, but he seems to fit the mold for a bracer.
By the way, who are those brats you got tagging along with you? They look like a bunch of newbies to me.
Well, then I'm sure you'll be surprised to hear that these brats are Cassius's kids.
Yeah, that's a surprise, alright. So these are the old man's kids, huh? Hard to believe it.
Why are you looking at us like that?
This boy with the black hair is one thing, but the girl really looks like an amateur. Are you sure she's really Cash's daughter?
You want to try saying that again with my staff in your teeth?
She's the bona fide daughter of Cassius Bright, and I have to warn you, her bite is as good as her bark. And I'm just his adopted son.
Is that a fact? Oh well, it doesn't really matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Well, take it easy, Scheherazade, and be careful not to let these brats drag you down.
Yeah. And make sure not to rush into any trouble yourself, either.
I'll keep those words in mind.
What's with that guy? He really pisses me off.
I see. So that was Heavy Blade Agate, huh?
Heavy Blade Agate? What a stupid name.
Agate Krosner, senior bracer in the Bracer Guild. He works in all regions and isn't affiliated with any specific branch. His massive blade is said to be capable of slicing a monster in two with a single slash. I'll just tell you right now, he is one tough customer.
Whatever. I don't care how tough he is. Come to think of it, how does he know Dad anyway?
He seems to think highly of Dad's ability, but even so, he didn't seem to like him all that much.
There are a number of things in his past I can't go into, and those things are the reason why he feels that way about your father.
Well, I couldn't care less about someone rude like that. Anyway, let's hurry to Ravenue Village. So this is Ravenue Village, huh? This sure is a peaceful place. Look, there's an orchard.
The village is known for its production of fruit, but it used to have a rich mining history. I've heard there's an old abandoned septium mine to the north of here.
You seem to know a lot about the place. Have you been here before?
Yeah, when I was training to become a senior bracer. During that time, I covered the whole kingdom on foot without an airliner.
Why? An airliner would have been so much more convenient.
Airliners are certainly convenient, but they only go to the 5 major cities. If you get used to their convenience, your attention won't reach other places. You should first travel on foot and see the places you should protect with your own eyes. Is pretty much the way your father recommended me to go about my training.
Dad really said that?
There's certainly the possibility that if an incident occurs in a place you're unfamiliar with, you could end up getting there too late. Also, it would be pretty advantageous to know the geography when chasing a criminal.
That's exactly right. Well, be that as it may, let's see what we can find out about the sighting.
So what do you suggest? Should we just go and talk to all the villagers?
People would be suspicious of us if we did that all of a sudden. I think we should talk to the village elder first and see what he has to say about it.
Okay.
I haven't seen the likes of you around here before. So tell me, are you here to buy some fruit?
No, we're not merchants. We're here with the Bracer Guild. So, are you the elder of this village?
I guess you could say I'm something like that. You don't happen to be one of Agate's companions, do you?
Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions exactly. We know him by face, but that's probably about it.
I see. So he's traveling by himself as usual, huh?
What's wrong, sir?
It's nothing really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me that another dangerous monster showed up in the area.
No, actually, we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting.
Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed.
Really? Is that so? Well, what about the person who saw the flying silhouette in the sky?
It was one of the children in the village here, a boy named Louis. He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid any way you think about it, so he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was half asleep.
Imagine.
I guess the best thing we can do then is ask him directly.
You're probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir.
Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask.
Huh?
I haven't seen you guys around here before. Are you merchants? Here to buy fruit?
Actually, no. We're here for a different reason. As a matter of fact, we're bracers.
Bracers? You mean like agate? I don't know. You don't look all that strong to me. Especially because you're a girl.
Why don't you tell me how you really feel? But after seeing my great skill with a staff, do you think you can still call me weak?
Wow, that's amazing! It's like a tornado!
I hope you've learned your lesson that looks can be deceiving. Now, how about another amazing demonstration with my staff?
Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? Anyway, are you Louie by chance?
Yeah? But how do you know my name?
We heard from the village elder. He said you saw some kind of flying shadow. Do you think you could tell us a bit more about what you saw that night?
Sure, if you want. But the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything.
That's fine. We're not worried about that. Do you think you could just tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember.
Okay. I'll try. You see, I like watching the stars at night. So I often sneak out of my house at night to come here and look at the stars. And the other night, when I was out here looking up at the stars, I saw two shadows moving across the sky.
Now, hold on a minute here. You say you saw two shadows?
Yeah, that's right. And they were different sizes, too. Kind of like a mom leading a kid.
Two shadows, two sizes.
That's consistent with an airliner in the Sky Bandit airship if you think about it.
Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner.
And the two shadows just kept on flying north until I couldn't see them anymore.
So north is...
There's a trail that continues behind the village, and it leads to an old septium mine which was abandoned some time ago.
The soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail, but didn't come up with anything. That's why they said I must have just been dreaming. Then they laughed at me, like I didn't know what I was talking about.
Oh, enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry. We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either, and we're going to prove it.
Really?
Darn straight! You just leave it to us. So, no more crying, okay?
Oh, okay. You're a real nice person.
As usual, she's got a knack with the kids.
Yeah, maybe it's a virtue.
Huh? Why are you two looking at me like that?
It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do.
Right. Let's hurry and get onto the trail behind the village and see what we can find.
This looks like the entrance to an abandoned mine.
It kind of reminds me of Mulga Mine, except for the fact that it's all deserted.
It seems that this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain are rusted. It doesn't look like this gate has been opened recently.
Which means that there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated the place.
You're probably not gonna find any clues searching around an old mine, that's for sure.
What's wrong?
Maybe it's just me, but do you feel any airflow coming out of here?
When you say out of here, do you mean the mine?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here.
Just like I thought, huh?
Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, you know that? I wonder if you get that from your father.
My dad doesn't have anything to do with it, but forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine?
There's certainly a possibility that it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out.
Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off.
Hey, don't you even think about doing that! For now, we'd better head back to the village and talk with the elder. He might have the key.
You're no fun, Shara. So this is where you are, Elder Ryzen?
Oh, it's you young bracers, is it?
Well, this is a rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it?
It was erected to mourn all those souls we lost 10 years ago. Since the Bose region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray. And this village lost a number of good people in the hostilities.
That's terrible.
There's no need for you to get somber too, though. These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. But I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right?
Oh, right. There was something we wanted to talk to you about. But before that...
Would you mind if we paid our respects as well?
I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we'd at least like to offer up a prayer.
Oh, I see. No, of course I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by the gesture. So you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside.
After I heard Louie's story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out just in case. So would you mind lending us the key to the entrance?
The key for that padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. All right, here it is. Okay, this should get you inside.
Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Ryzen.
This will really help a lot.
Don't mention it. We're always indebted to the Bracer Guild for their help. It's only natural that we would try and return the favor.
Thank you. If everyone we dealt with were as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier.
We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything.
I would appreciate that.
Let's use this key we borrowed from the village elder. Whew! That was one heavy gate.
Let's have a look inside, shall we?
I don't know about sky bandits, but I can definitely sense monsters in here. Everyone stay alert.
Man, it's right in here. Huh? Isn't that the...
Quiet, Estelle.
It looks like we've hit the jackpot.
Forget about the heavy things and focus on the food provisions and valuables. And hurry it up, will ya? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place.
Roger that, Kyle!
What's an airliner doing in a place like this? I guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all.
This looks like an area that used to be used for strip mining. It certainly turned out to be a great place to hide something of this size.
Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that. Aren't they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship?
Let's worry about that later. We've got to figure out a way to bag these guys before they get away again.
So, this is our third trip, huh? Man, Don could be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well, once this is all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice, fat...
Hold it right there!
Who in the...
The scorching flames of justice shall never fade away as long as evil thrives. The League of Extraordinary Bracers has arrived. Huh?
The League of... what?
You bonehead. Why do you always get carried away like that?
What is with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying all that stuff alone.
You're the ones who Josette had a run-in with back in Roland. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early.
It can't be right? We're not supposed to be here this early? What the heck are you talking about?
In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of an airliner and its passengers. I hope for your sakes, you'll come along quietly.
Now hold on just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the 3 of you came here to arrest us?
Do you see anybody else, Bandit Boy?
So you're not involved with the others then, huh? Then that simplifies things. Let's get 'em, boys!
All right, we're good to go.
Ow! You guys are tougher than I thought. It's no wonder Josette got beat by you 3.
Sweet talk won't get you anywhere, buddy. It's time to surrender and let the passengers go.
You really don't know anything, do you? What was it that you called yourselves? League of the Exceptionally Dim or something?
You making fun of my awesome team name? You're dead!
Look out!
What is this?
You've got to be kidding me. Another smokescreen?
It's too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll just have to live without it. Later, bracers!
Oh, some of it got in my eyes.
Don't worry, it's not poisonous. It looks like it was a typical smoke canister.
Their ship is already out of sight. This is getting really old. It's not once, but twice now that they've gotten away. If I get demoted for this at the guild, there's not much I can say in my defense.
Oh, Shara. Quit acting like it was all your fault.
We're responsible for letting them get away too. If we've got time to kick ourselves over this, then there's gotta be some other constructive things we can do.
Well, well, you sound like you should be the senior bracer. Well, at least we were able to take back the airliner, so how about we have a look? The passengers may be inside.
Right. Wow, it's pretty bare in here. There's not a piece of...
Evidently, the Sky Bandits managed to make off with it all. At least, judging by the looks of things.
At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place.
We checked it over, but it looks like there's nobody inside.
There's a high possibility the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is.
Agreed. But this sucks. Right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to zero.
Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid the airliner in a place like this?
Huh?
As far as I can tell, the orbital energy in the ship has completely stopped, which means that the orbital engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the orbital energy in an orbment gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off a large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective just to take the entire airliner to their hideout?
Yeah, that does seem a little odd that they didn't. So, why'd they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did it in order to...
It's true they would have needed to land in order to remove the orbital engine. However, it doesn't account for the fact they didn't take the airliner to their hideout. From my guess, I would imagine that their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Maybe 10 to 15 arj in size. In short, a peculiar place in which only a small aircraft like the Sky Bandits airship could land.
Interesting.
How about terrain covered with extreme differences in height, like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for the Sky Bandits' hideout.
Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There's the possibility that their hideout may be in a place we can't reach by foot.
Then what can we do?
Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusions with the army and ask for their cooperation. Because they're the ones with the patrol ships.
What? Now you're trying to tell us that we should go crawling back to the army and ask them for help?
Either way, we still have to report to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if that means bringing the hostages back safe and sound.
I guess you're right. This isn't the time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me.
For the time being, let's head back to the guild and report our findings to Lugrin. We should be able to contact the hacking gate if we use the orbital telephone.
Huh? What the heck?
Great. Now this was something I did not expect.
I wonder if we should be glad, since they've saved us the trouble of having to contact them.
We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you.
What is this world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the Sky Bandits? Though the girl does look shifty.
Hey now, that's just rude. And who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can't you see this shiny emblem on my chest?
The bracer emblem, huh? I hope you don't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence.
General Morgan?
Why are you here?
After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place to have been insufficiently investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought the lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits?
Might I get you to stop with the accusations, General? We happened to find this place one step ahead of your men.
If that's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside that airliner?
We almost have the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there are no hostages to be found here.
It looks like the truth has come out. Most likely, you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming.
Wait a minute here! How about you cut with the crap?
My thoughts exactly. All right, men, take them into custody.